Do you know, it's so tempting to break into a mock French accent.
But you can if you want.
Really?
Exactly, but everyone does it.
I'm sure they do a little. But how are you, Vicky?
I'm fine, thanks, Amanda.
So what have you been doing lately? We haven't seen a lot of you on the TV.
No, I've been doing sort of resting. I took summer off this year. I was offered summer season, but I thought I wanted to spend more time at home with my little girl. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing bits and pieces like Give Us a Clue and Crosswits, and I toured all last year. And I was tired, and I thought, no, I need some time for me now.
But it must be difficult, because, I mean, your family life is quite important to you, isn't it? I know you're very close to your daughter. Is it Louise?
Louise, yes, my little perfect person, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you manage to combine this career and home life thing?
It was very hard. It has been very hard, but I think I just decided that's what was going to happen. And she's, you know, I thought, God, am I going to work, you know, having a baby? But a month and a half she was in the Palladium with me. I was breastfeeding at the time. I was running on, doing Allo Allo and coming off and breastfeeding her. And then at 3 months I went to Australia with her. And she's always been a part of my life. If I do summer season, she comes with me. In fact, this year she said, why aren't we going away, Mum? You know, and I thought, I've turned it down for you, child. But no, she is very much part of my life. And I've managed to make it work, and it is hard. But I think you just do it. If you don't think about it, you do it.
Yeah, because your husband Graham as well, now he is a director?
Director and lighting cameraman, yeah.
Do you see much of him?
I haven't seen him for ages. No, I think I was always doing summer season and he was at home. And now that I'm not working, he's away. So he's been to Nairobi for like 6 weeks, always away, I think. So no, at the moment I haven't seen him. He was in Italy this weekend. He's come back today and I think he's off to Scotland tomorrow.
So you never worked together?
Not really. No, I did a commercial with him years and years ago, but not really.
Should you get on if you work together?
I'd probably boss him around. So he wouldn't like that very much because he's supposed to be in charge.
Now, I mean, another family that I'm sure you actually must view as a family, the cast of Allo Allo.
Yes.
Because how long ago, is it 1992, the last one was
That was
filmed,
the last one we did, yes. And we were together for over 10 years, longer than the war, really. And it was a family unit. And that was very difficult when that stopped. You know, because they were part of your family, and we didn't just do the television show, we did the stage show. We were travelling all over, well, Australia, New Zealand, and all over England.
It's really not hard to see, actually, why that was so successful. Was it 90 countries?
It was, yeah, about 90 countries, I think, we sold to worldwide. But it was funny, I mean, it made you laugh out loud.
I don't remember it being that double entendre.
Oh, yeah, it was very saucy. But the children used to look and not get it, and the grown-ups would get it, you know, and it was all, you know.
It's actually quite ageless comedy, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and it was set in wartime, so it doesn't date.
Yeah.
You know, it would just go like Dad's Army, I suppose.
But you must have had so many laughs actually filming it as well.
We did, yeah, it was funny. And I mean, when we were doing the play, we used to do practical jokes on each other.
So who was the worst joker?
Richard Gibson was pretty good, and
What
Kim
part did
Hartman,
he play?
Heflick, and because he was really like a naughty schoolboy, and Kim was really quite bad as well. Yeah, she was a practical joker. They infiltrated the EastEnders set.
Did they really?
They did.
How?
Yes. Oh God! They chatted up sort of someone who was working on the floor and said, please, can we, you know, go in civvies and just be there as a wheeze. And then it was Julia Smith, and she found out no, they'd filmed it. And she found out before it was going out. She went mad. And they had to cut everything out, except there was one clip with one of the airmen, John D. Collins, in the back of the pub. She couldn't get rid of that bit. But, yeah, we used to do terrible things, hang dummies out of the windows at BBC, you know, as if someone was killing themselves. I know, I can't...
It's outrageous.
But they did things to me, like the potato peelings. There was one, I had to pretend to eat potato peelings, which I thought would be pretend potato peelings. When it came to the shot and we're taking it, it was real potato peelings, and I had to eat them. That was just...
Yeah. I used to eat potato peelings. I quite like potato peelings,
Did I say raw?
Raw.
Raw,
yeah,
with all the dirt and everything. It's great, it was lovely.
Oh no, I washed up the dirt first. I used to eat the other stuff. You know, when you decided to be an actress, did you have an idea in your mind of what sort of actress you would be? Were you going to be did you have a particular role model?
Well, when I first started doing acting, I did very serious roles. You know, like be softly and things like that, where I was beaten up or murdered or whatever. And so they were very straight roles. And then I sort of fell into the comedy side. And I did sort of a few episodes with Dick Emery, and then from that I went on to Ken Dodd, and Ken Dodd to Two Ronnies, and then I went on the comedy circuit. So I love doing comedy. I mean, it's great fun. I love making people laugh, but I think it would be nice to do some more straight acting as well, because you tend to be put into a slot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand these things, Steve.
I know. Well, I was thinking, actually, if you really fancied René Artois, perhaps you should wear my glasses. I just hope for all of us.
I think that was the endearing thing about Allo Allo, is that every man said, well, you know, if all these women are falling in love with him, I've got a chance.
It's a great commendation of your acting ability, really, isn't it?
Thank you. I'm glad it's appreciated. Thank you. I made him sexy. No, he is sexy, God, but, you know, even more so.
Well, you had quite a sexy image yourself, didn't you? I mean, do you sit easily with that? Quite very.
On behalf of
But the way I think if you're going to go for it, go for it. It's like when I was working with Noel Edmonds, and we did a rehearsal just beforehand, and he went, and I went, oh, and I went for him, and he went, what are you on? You know. Yes, exactly.
But do you sit comfortably with that image, though? Is that the real you?
No, it's an image that sort of grew from Yvette. And Yvette was, you know, I mean, she was French, and once I got into the clothes, that sort of took over. You know, you became this French person and you walk like this French person. You know, you can sort of get into the character. Don't you find that if you put certain clothes on, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you put the Yvette.
French costume at home, Esther? I think that's the question.
Suspender stockings like that.
Do you find yourself lapsing into that sort of language every now and then?
Yeah, sometimes on interviews and things like that, because I think that when you talk about Yvette, I tend to associate it with the French accent, yeah. But as me as a femme fatale, no, I'm just me, you know, but I can do that if I want.
Did people used to respond to you and sort of like, you know, when you were Yvette as a character in a different way than they do now?
As Yvette, they'd put their arm around me more, you know, if I was doing it, and be more familiar than if I was just me as Vicki Michelle. There was that difference. And you always, you know, used to find people at stage that wanted to give me a kiss. So you learned. There used to be these lips going, you just go, catch them on the cheek.
But you're actually quite a practical person, really, aren't you?
I am,
mean,
yes.
In real life. I mean, you did a secretarial course before you actually went to stage school.
I did, yeah.
I mean, and also as well, you've got another business on the side now, haven't you? Quite a different sort of business.
I've always felt that acting, like 90% of people are out of work, and I find it's a very, well, I mean, it's one of those you don't know where your next job's coming from. It's very exciting, but dangerous or frightening, I think, in a way. So when Allo Allo finished, I formed a company called Trading Faces, which I now run with my two sisters, providing people for after-dinner speaking, check presentations. You know, we have people like Sir Randolph Fiennes doing things, and Lord Archer and Lord Healy, or we'll get Frank Carson or sports people, Chris Akabusi. And it's very diverse and varied. But also you're putting mates into work, which is great, and that's it's exciting, and it brings me in another income as well.
Do you ever do it?
What?
After dinner speaking?
After dinner? No, I'm thinking about it. I've been asked a few times.
You should.
Yeah. Oh, you do it, don't you?
I do a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's more difficult for women to be funny in after dinners, and there is a shortage of women. And you usually find that the women that do it usually get asked to do question and answer that they'll talk about.
Yeah, comes from usually a practical standpoint.
Yes, exactly.
That would be hugely scary. Is that what puts you off?
I think yes, probably standing up and, mind you, everything you do. I mean, if you're going on live on Noel Edmonds and that goes out live, or now, I mean, it's hugely scary, you know. But yes, it does, because
it's intimate,
yes,
isn't it?
and it's not scripted as such. You're not working with a camera as such. You're working with just an audience and standing there, and it's you. Yeah. But it's something that...
I can see your eyes.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, gratefully you're going to stick around with us, aren't you?
Yes.
A little bit longer, which is fabulous. But in the meantime, I think a great big round of applause for Vicki Michelle.